In 1888, Susannah Robinson, a widow of several years, was living in the cellar of 36 Engine Brow in Pendlebury. At the time, cellar dwellings were common forms of cheap housing for the poor and working class. These homes were dark, damp, and unhealthy. But for many, they were the only affordable option. On the evening of May 24th, during the Whit Week celebrations, Susannah went out and visited a few local pubs in Pendlebury. Sometime around midnight, she returned home but stopped at the house of her neighbor, Bridget Owen. Susannah, having had a few drinks, was upset. She believed Bridget had been spreading gossip about her and had come to confront her. The situation quickly escalated. As Susannah turned to leave, Bridget stood at the top of the stone steps leading into the house and began shouting insults and obscenities after her. Witnesses, Elizabeth Tomes and Henry Glover, later recalled what happened next. But Susannah, unwilling to let the matter lie, climbed the steps to confront Bridget again, demanding she repeat what she'd said. Bridget, they testified, struck Susannah in the chest and shouted, "Take that, you disgusting cat." So intoxicated was Susannah that the push caused her to stumble backwards down the steps, hitting her head hard on the stone floor below. Neighbors rushed to help her. Though she complained of a pain in her head, she managed to walk to her own cellar home nearby. Those present believed she would sleep off the drink and wake the next morning with nothing more than a bad hangover. But by the following afternoon, Susannah was in extreme pain. A local doctor was called. His examination revealed she had suffered 2 broken ribs, a serious wound to the back of her head, and widespread bruising. She also appeared generally unwell. Sadly, Susannah's condition continued to worsen. In the early hours of Wednesday, May 30th, just 6 days after the incident, she passed away. The doctor recorded the cause of death as concussion of the brain and congestion of the lungs. Complications made worse by the fractured ribs and the cold, miserable environment in which she lay for 2 days. Given the nature of her injuries, the doctor reported the matter to the police. Bridget Owen, who had a prior conviction for drunkenness, was arrested and charged with causing Susannah's death. Upon arrest, she told officers, "I never pushed her down, sir. I only shut the door in her face. She was drunk, and I had some drink too." At the coroner's inquest, a verdict was returned that the fall which led to Susannah's death had been inadvertently caused by Bridget. That same day, Susannah was laid to rest. Bridget was brought before the county police court and formally charged with manslaughter. She was committed for trial at the assizes and remanded in custody. The trial took place in July 1888. In the end, the jury found her not guilty, concluding that Susannah's death was a tragic accident, death by misadventure. There is some suggestion that following the trial, the Owen family may have emigrated. As for Susannah, her life had been marked by hardship from the start. Born Susannah Wilkinson, she married James Robinson. Together, they had 4 children. The couple began their married life in Campbell's Flags, a notorious slum in Greengate. These homes they were eventually demolished in 1910, deemed unfit for human habitation. As the family grew, they moved to Sandywell Street, also in Greengate. While an improvement, it was here they first encountered the reality of cellar dwellings, though they were lucky enough to live above ground. Many of their neighbors lived in the dark basements below. Eventually, with James securing new employment, the family rented a house on Holland Street in Swinton, where they lived for several years, until tragedy struck again. James died, leaving Susannah a widow. In 1883, she and her family moved into the cellar at 36 Engine Brow, one of Pendlebury's poorest working-class areas. The cramped and unsanitary conditions, while offering low rent, were also breeding grounds for violence. By the 1930s, much of the area was cleared during early slum clearance efforts. Susannah Robinson's death, though accidental, remains a sobering reflection of the harsh realities of working-class life in Victorian England.